guest for today is Matt Peterson. He is the VP of Business Development for Idilus. Matt, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
So I have to ask you, Idilus.
Idilus, the name?
Yes.
I get this every day.
Okay.
Idilus is Latin for solution.
Wonderful.
And that's really what we provide our clients as solutions.
Great. So tell me a little bit about Idilus.
Well, Idilus is a PEO, and we started in Naperville about 13 years ago, and we've been a Naperville business for a long time.
And a PEO is?
I'm sorry, you have a good question. PEO is a professional employer organization.
Okay.
What we do, what Idilus does is we take small employer groups, aggregate them together, offer them a platform that's got a Fortune 100 benefit for the employers groups,
okay.
And then we also do payroll and human resource support, so the small business, the owners can get to the business of doing business rather than doing a business administration.
Great. So tell me a little bit about what a Fortune 100 benefit would look like.
So we really aggregate small employer groups, provide them with health, dental, vision, life, a whole benefit portfolio of rich benefits they might not be able to get on their own.
That's fantastic.
And then what we provide them with access. We do professional payroll administration, and the real key is it provides a compliant platform for all these small businesses. And we've done well. We've been doing this for about 13 years, and we've really done well.
That's wonderful. Talk about making it easier on those small businesses, right?
Well, with the ACA compliance, I know everybody's kind of, talking about Obamacare and the healthcare reform. Small businesses and businesses under 50 really have been impacted by this because it's changed the rates in which they pay and the way that they pay for health insurance. What we've done is we've gone out and we've really assembled a very rich benefit offering on the health side, and we provide them with products that they really can't get out there in the exchanges. So we really presented a different product or a different availability for them.
That's fantastic. So who do you work with? Tell me a little bit about your customers.
You know what? We really work with all different types of businesses. And I'm going to take a minute to step back and talk a little bit about where we came from.
Great.
So people understand a little bit about the service that we offer. Idilus really started as a medical consulting group just in downtown Naperville. We started as a medical consulting group about 13 years ago. Forming medical practices, helping doctors integrate with hospitals, those types of activities. And what came out of that is that the physician groups that we formed asked us to handle payroll, benefit administration, and HR, because they really just it wasn't their core competency. They really wanted to see patients. So what we did is we started doing that as a value add for our doctor groups. We did a good job, and they referred us to their peers, their accountants, their attorneys, all the businesses that surround medical. So we really started growing the professional employer side of our business, and eventually about 6 years ago it outpaced our medical consulting revenue. It's really kind of a hot topic now, especially with the reform, and we're just growing leaps and bounds, really bringing something different to small employer groups, a solution.
And helping them to really run a top-notch professional business.
And that's so important, because what happens with small businesses are that because they don't have the benefits, and benefits are more important now than they ever have been. People shop jobs for benefits. It's hard to attract and retain that top-level talent unless you have that real strong benefit portfolio, and that's really what we offer them.
That's great. That's great. So how can Idilus really help small businesses? I know we've talked about it a little bit, but what role do you see Idilus playing with helping those businesses to really succeed?
So we really have focused on a different demographic than most of the other PEOs out there, okay? We write down to, and when I say write down, our clients are down to sole proprietors, and our core business is up to 50 employees in an employer group. So that 50 and under market is really where the strength of our offering comes. And we provide, like I said, different benefits, and benefits that really they have a hard time accessing. Our HR people are all certified HR people. So we do things like make sure your business is compliant. So when you engage Idilus, it's a package that you can rest assured that your business is going to be compliant in payroll, compliant with HR regulations because it's getting more difficult every day to operate there.
Yeah.
And then also offer your employees that richer benefit.
That's great. So you actually allow businesses to do their business while you're taking care of the stuff that they don't have the time.
Who in a small business, who's the biggest revenue generator for the company or the best closer in the company? It's the owner.
Sure.
And if that owner is doing payroll and benefits and engaging in those activities, he's not growing his business.
Right.
What we provide is that solution so that he can focus on, or she can focus on building the business.
Yeah, that's great. Tell me a little bit about how the Accountable Care Act has affected small businesses.
With healthcare reform, small businesses have been put in a situation where they really don't have any health options other than community rated plans. And what that means is that they used to be able to go out and get plans that were underwritten for their group specifically. What they've done is they've kind of lumped everybody together. They're all community rated, and the health rates have gone up for these small groups.
Right.
Offering benefits to people is more challenging now from a cost perspective than it ever has been. So what we do is we offer a richer benefit at a lower cost.
Okay, fantastic. So say I, Nikki Anderson, have my business and I call you and I want to engage your services. What might that process look like?
Great. So I get calls every day by small businesses. And so what I ask you is some simple questions about what benefits you're looking to offer your employees, okay? And really what you're looking for as a business owner with respect to payroll and human resources. I kind of explain our program to you, okay? And then really what we do is just exchange some information and I provide you a proposal for services.
That's great. And so you mentioned that your businesses were from your sole proprietorship all the way up to 50 employees?
Roughly. I mean, we have some larger groups, but that's really our core business. We have about 1,500 worksite employees all across the country. We're in 20 states. I've got an office in Valhalla, New York. So we're really, we've grown quite a bit in the last, 6 or so years.
That's great. If there was one thing, as we wrap up, if there was one thing you wanted to get out to maybe those small business owners that are contemplating, making that jump to letting someone else do the work that really they shouldn't be doing, what might you tell them? I
would just say that really we're a program that plugs into your business, supports you in the areas that really maybe aren't your competencies, and it allows you really just to focus on the blocking and tackling of building your business rather than the minutia of compliance. And that's where I think, and it's a transfer of liability. Yeah. That's where so many small employers get into trouble, is they don't know what they don't know. Right. We know, and we can help.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Matt, for being here today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for your membership in the Chamber. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back.